This is Kirk Sinclair, the hiking humanitarian, and I'm speaking with B.J. King, the proprietor of a bed and breakfast called the Georgian Manor. And he's been involved in a lot of things related to kindness in his life, and just want to touch base on one of them. That's called the Village Mountain Mission. So, BJ, I have 3 questions for you. One is, why did you feel called to get involved with something like Village Mountain Mission? What are the needs of humanity that organization addresses, and how do they go about addressing them?
Kirk, the real reason that I became involved with Village Mountain Mission particularly, I had been doing what I call third world volunteer mission work for about 10 years. I had got started with Medical Missionaries International. I went with, and this is basically all over the world. Then I would go with any organization that I felt was doing the right thing for the people for the right reasons. And I went with the Nazarene Church mission, Panama. I've been with another mission out of Columbus, Ohio, which was the Catholic Church and a Protestant church combined. And I loved all those missions. And those were usually about 2.5 week missions. But every time I came home, I felt what they were doing, I'm going to label it as a Band-Aid approach. We went in, we helped the people medically. The things that we did were good for them for about 90 days. And then their prescriptions ran out, their medicines ran out. The peprazine that we gave the children to get rid of their hookworms ran out. Long and the short, I felt it was a Band-Aid approach. Out of the clear blue sky, about 7 years ago, I got a phone call from a local gentleman, and another long story, but he was interested in the Dominican Republic when he had found out about what I was doing or what I was involved in, and had a lot of questions for me. We met for coffee, and he said, "I think you need to take a look at what we're doing." When I told him I felt it was all these other things were great, but it was a Band-Aid approach, that there was no substance to it, that they weren't going back to the same place year after year. So that's how I got involved with Village Mountain Mission. The reason I chose them is we are focused. We're not worldwide. We're focused on one little community which is expanded in the Dominican Republic. So that's the real reason I ended up with Village Mountain Mission. You talked about needs, humanitarian needs. There's humanitarian needs every
What needs are you addressing there?
Every square foot of the world. The needs that we are addressing there, we started taking Boy Scout troops only, and for the benefit of the Boy Scouts. And obviously, the flip side of that, the other side of the coin, is the benefit of the local people. But that was the original reason that the gentleman that started Village Mountain Mission was to expose young adults in the United States to what life is really about and like for third world countries. This has expanded now to the needs of that local Dominican Republic community. And by that I mean we spent a lot of, we were originally expanded to where we thought we were going to build an orphanage. The long and the short of it is we went down and spent about 18 months interviewing those people locally and said, what do you need? What do you feel we can do for you that gives the best value out of our time and money? And the overall general consensus of that was we would wish to prepare our young children, educate them, teach them hygiene, and give them 3 square meals a day. So that is part of our focus now, the needs of those local people. instead of going down as Westerners and saying, we're going to do medical groups for you, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We feel that we are really meeting most of their primary needs. We also still do medical. We do medical training. We have what we call healers down there. Our doctors not only go down there and do medical brigades, and we have a presence there now 24/7. Okay, so in my mind, this is no longer a Band-Aid approach. We want to be there for as long as Village Mountain Mission can exist. So we feel we're meeting the needs of that local community from their perspective, not from a Western perspective. What was the third question?
Well, say some of your projects, for instance.
Okay, our projects, we started with building, our focus was to build 3 20 by 20 concrete houses. And from that it led to medical. And from the medical, which we still have, and as I explained, we now not only go down and do brigades and have a local doctor from Logan, who is my doctor, and our dentist, who took me 14 years to convince him that this is what he ought to do. And the original was to build houses. That's expanded into a medical group, has expanded into our focus now is providing, and we've started this, what we call a preschool, okay, where we bring in right now it's about 35 children from ages of like 3 to probably 7 or 8. We're teaching them hygiene, we're teaching them, we have a full-time teacher down there now that's volunteered for us. We've got 3 people now down there in Luperon, Dominican Republic, that have volunteered their time out of their schedules, their life, to go down there. 2 of them right now are unpaid. We only have 1 boy down there, a young man that lives down there. He's the nuts and bolts of it in the Dominican Republic. And if it wasn't for him, this wouldn't be working. We need a full-time person there. So, and now we take, besides Boy Scout troops, we're taking more church groups down there. We're still taking Boy Scout troops, church groups, and high school groups. We're doing 3 things. We feel we're fulfilling 3 needs. From our perspective, our goal, our focus. We're taking young adults from the United States down there, changing their lives. The adults that would have to go down with them we're changing their lives. We're helping the local people, their economy, their education, and their health. So and we are now not just from Hocking County, Logan, Ohio. We have church groups that are 100% behind us from Connecticut, New Jersey. Vassar College is down there with us right now. We've expanded this from 2.5 months in the summer to year-round.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Thank you, BJ, for sharing that with us. It's an inspiration to us all. This is Kirk Sinclair, the Hiking Humanitarian.